Wonderful. So, Sonia, welcome. Have you ever been on the platform before?
No.
No? Well, there's first time for everything. Tell us a little bit about what's happening here at Lawson. I think it's Friday evening, the 26th.
September the 26th. Yeah. I was going to ask the ladies, can we have a little chat woman to woman for a moment? Can we? Is that okay, Pastor John?
So do you want the guys to go to Tim's or what?
Well, no, I mean, you can stay here because the guys do need to participate. We might need your help a little bit.
Okay.
So I wanted to say, how many ladies or girls, depending on how you see yourself, do we have in the room? Because even if you consider yourself a lady, I think we're all here. We've all been a girl at some point in time, right? And I know back home when we have our chats with our friends, we sort of refer to each other as, you know, girl. Hey, girl, how you doing? So we have a girls' night coming up, and it's a girls' night out. And what we would like to see is all of our girls out. You know, when you have that opportunity to sit down and chat, maybe go to Tim's or, you know, sit down and have a good meal. How many like those kind of nights? You know, maybe the kids are at home with the husband or someone, a babysitter, or, right. Come on now, who doesn't like a night out with your girls? Really? A night out with your girls, your friends, your partners in crime.
I think they're with you.
Yeah, this is what we are looking for. So on Friday night, September the 26th, we have a wonderful ladies' night coming out, and we really would like to see you there. We have a special night planned for you. This is not your mama's event. This is an event for all of us, because most of you don't know how old I am, so I'm going to leave it at that. So this is an event for all of us, okay? Rose Mugford is our speaker, and from what I've heard, lovely, very fantastic things about her. And we have some other special surprises and things coming up for you, so please make the time. And gentlemen, this is where we need your help in two areas. One, we need servers. We need some men that are willing to come out and help to serve our ladies on this special evening. And the other area that, gentlemen, you can help out, buy your girl a ticket.
Good idea. Amen. Good. Thank you. So exciting night with Rose Mugford, Friday night, September 26th. Rose is the woman's pastor at Saddleback Church and just coordinates a really powerful, dynamic ministry in California. So thank you, Sonia. Just a couple of other quick comments about women's ministry. Ladies Bible study, Tuesday mornings, 9. I always get this mixed up, 9:15 or 9:30 anyhow. Come at 9:15. If you're 15 minutes early the first time, you'll know I was wrong. That starts 9 days from now and is just a really wonderful community building ministry of Lawson women. And then Mama's Time Out meets on Friday mornings at 10 a.m. And the ladies who have been a part of Mama's Time Out have just found it to be a real blessing. This is just a time for moms to get together, not much of an agenda other than getting together, and they bring their little ones and just chat and fellowship about things that ladies chat about when they get together. I'm not privy to that, but I can tell it's an important part of Donna's life to have those kind of times. So Mama's morning out. So we're going to talk and celebrate just a little bit what happened here last Saturday. We had a lot that needed to get done here at our church. We had a really good turnout to the work bee last Saturday and had so much done. And I just want to honor those who were able to be a part of that and the good things that happened. I want to point out the middle picture on the screen. That's two of our deacons, Colin Potter and Wainwright Noble, and they're up on our church roof, tarring some of the areas where we've been having leaks. And that's just two deacons doing what deacons do, and that's looking after our facilities. And I acknowledge their work publicly. But I want to take you to the picture underneath, which is the wheelbarrow. That is the stuff last Saturday we pulled out of our eaves troughs, including a skeleton of a pigeon. So they were up there digging through that guck, just looking after some things that really need to be looked after. We listed the people in the bulletin who were a part of that this week: Jennifer Bullis, Pastor Barry, Craig Dunlop, Des Gunther, Jeff Haglund, Rick Kennedy, Pastor Jordan, Wainwright Noble, Pastor Rob, Colin Potter, Peter Queering, Pastor Carey, Jai Roberts, and Matt Wessel. What a great group who just came and helped us get so much done. God bless you. We honor you today. Video.
I love Minecraft toys. I love Spider-Man. I love the movie Frozen. I love video games. I love pizza. I love sports!
There are a lot of things children love, some great, some not so great. As Christian parents, we of course want our children to love things, but we also want those things to be pleasing to God. We understand how difficult it can be throughout the week for anyone to keep their focus on God, let alone for children. Starting September 17th, every Wednesday from 6:45 to 8:15, your children can come to Kids Club, where we will practice life skills, build new relationships, and learn more about God.
I need to know how to apply what the Bible says into the many obstacles I'm about to face.
We believe in our junior youth. We believe that they are the future of our church. We want them to thrive in our church and in everyday life. So that's why this year we've committed to building up our junior leaders. Starting September 17th, every Thursday at 6:45, we will face life's challenges together. We will read the Bible together, we will pray together, and we'll have fun together.
I know God gave us all spiritual gifts. We need you to help us discover them.
This year in the CIA, we are focusing on spiritual gifts. We want our children to know exactly what their abilities are and how they can use them in a church setting. So, we're going to send home tests. We're relying on you parents to take those tests, not only home, but also to have the children fill them out. So don't be jerks, take the tests.
Do you want your kids to learn Spanish? Or at least to speak with a Spanish accent? Because if you do, the CIA is prepared for them to be. Where every day, at least one time per day, I will speak like this to your children.
Trust your kids with us. But we do want to take time this year. We think it's really important for our kids to discover how God has made them and the gifts He has especially given them. And our children's ministry leaders will be sending some gift tests home with you as parents, and just help them succeed as they help your kids succeed by taking the time to help them get that filled up. Well, Pastor Gordon is with me here on the platform, and we have some exciting developments in terms of our ongoing commitment as a church to discipleship. So what's happening on Wednesday night? What is this seminar all about, Pastor Gordon?
Well, we have a discipleship program beginning, I think, September 17th. That'll be the first Wednesday teaching time. And this discipleship program, when I was thinking about it, it's ministry specific. And we said that because actually our congregation wrote the seminar for this, because we've been perusing through all the prayer requests over many months, what's come through the counseling office, what we're aware of in the church. And so we've endeavored to lend the topics to things that our congregation are processing through. And we've called it Biblical Life Principles because it's biblical based. And we've called it Principles because God has laid down principles and the answers to the things we're going through, and so that's for our encouragement.
Good. So, what kind of topics are those who are able to come and be a part of this going to be studying?
Well, we won't name them all, but some of them are what does a Christian husband look like in the home? What does a Christian wife look like? Because the home is a big area right now. We're going to look at the occult. We're going to look at importunity in prayer. We're going to look at how God designed us and how that helps us build trust in our designer. A number of practical topics. The booth's at the back, and they have a little sheet card you can take with you. And there's many things out there, so just pray and trust God to lead you where you need to go.
Good. So great 10-week discipleship course. Just one more time, when and where?
Okay, there's a change. It's not the cafeteria. It'll be upstairs. So on Wednesdays, it'll run from 6:45 till around 8 o'clock. It'll be a teaching discussion type of format.
In the multi-purpose room upstairs. Thank you, Pastor Gordon. I like the fact that this course is going to talk to us about prayer. I really am convinced one of the real keys to us honoring God as a people are us being people of prayer. So I'll just take this time to highlight Wednesday prayer, 5:30 to 6:30 here in the sanctuary. We have called Wednesday as a day of prayer and fasting. To help us do that well, we've asked you to come and pray during supper hour, because it makes supper hour that much simpler if you're actually praying during the time of fasting. So prayer and fasting on Wednesdays, and a time of joint prayer Wednesday evenings right here in the sanctuary from 5:30 to 6:30.
Alpha's transformational. As you heard the girl say, in 10 weeks it can change your life. Back in March, when I was applying for internship at LAWSON, I didn't know exactly what I was going to be doing, but when I found that I might have an opportunity to get involved with the Alpha program here, I felt it was just an open door. Because 10 years ago when I got saved, I took the Alpha course about 3 or 4 months after I got saved. And it was so instrumental in filling in all the gaps of the Bible and proper Christian belief. It, much like this girl in the video, I think I picked this video because so much of what she said applied to me as well, and the distractions of life. And I was pretty good at living a worldly life. I'd done myself a lot of harm over the years, and was suffering from depression and like similar things like that. I discovered solid biblical teaching during Alpha. I discovered true biblical fellowship. I got a crash course in leadership and for caring for others, or pastoral care. Alpha is about laughter. It's fun. Alpha is actually fun. It's about hospitality. It's about caring for one another and developing friendships, new relationships. People to discover, it's a safe place to discover the truths of the Christian faith. You can ask anything. No question is stupid. So we're doing it on September 23rd. It's a Tuesday night. It'll start off at 6:30 with a free meal. So if you're wondering what it's all about, you just want to try it for one night, just come out even the first night. You're welcome to come. If you never want to come back again, that's up to you. I challenge you to invite someone. There's a lot of experienced Christians in here, in our church, and people that have a taste of Alpha. I challenge you to come and talk to me and get some postcards that you can hand out to someone in your neighborhood or in your workplace that might want to know more about Jesus Christ in a gentle, open, inviting way. So come and see me after if you want more information, or get a postcard that you can give to a neighbor or a friend. And I look forward to seeing you guys on September 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Carey. Tuesday nights beginning September 23rd. I believe in Alpha. I can't remember how many years ago it was, but I began in my daily wandering around this sanctuary praying that God would give us the people who would get excited about Alpha and Alpha ministry. And unbeknownst to me, that answer was already sitting in our congregation. Tim and Valerie Ditchko were here, and Tim came up to me, and I don't remember how long ago that was, Tim, 5 years ago, somewhere in there, and said, would you be interested in having Alpha at Lawson? And of course, I didn't have to think long because I'd been praying. And Tim and Valerie have been giving really good leadership to Alpha, and they have served our church well. I think the people in our church who've probably been discipled best in the last half decade have been Alpha people. And so Pastor Carey and Barb Ashmead and the Ditchkos will be working with Alpha this year. Get involved. It will really do you a world of good. So, but I want us to celebrate the Ditchkos this morning. Just give them a hand, because they got this going here in our church, and we're better for it. Bless you guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Pastors Drew and Jordan have joined me, and they look after the young adult ministries of our church. Pastor Drew is the chaplain to the University of Saskatchewan for the Pentecostal Assemblies of Canada. Tell us what's happening at the U of S this year.
Okay, I talked to you a few weeks ago too, but this time I'll kind of highlight what we're doing more for Christians and stuff like that. So the first one I'll talk about actually is Alpha. I guess that's outreach too. Anyway, but we'll talk about Alpha because we are doing actually a campus Alpha as well. So this is good timing for me to talk about it right after hearing about it. And so if you know students that might be interested in that, we'd love to have them out. We'll also be doing, that's Monday nights, and then we'll also be doing small groups sometime throughout the week for students once I get all their schedules, and we'll find a time that works for everybody to come to and just study the Bible together and pray together and that type of thing. And then we'll also be finding different ways to serve throughout the year on campus, just to be able to love students and show them that we care about who they are.
Beautiful. And what are we going to be doing off campus with young adults, Pastor Jordan?
Well, kind of like Pastor Drew was just talking about, we're also going to be starting up a small group, life group for young adults. That's going to be running on Wednesday evenings, and the location is still to be determined, but we have a good idea. We have a booth set up in the back, and Pastor Drew and I will be there after the service. And if you're interested in something like that, being involved with a life group, we just want to give you that invite to come out to that. That'd be great. Also, we're going to step up just our time hanging out socially as young adults. On the first and third Saturday of every month from now on, we're going to be getting together and going out for food or hanging out or doing something like that. It's just a way for us to kind of get together and get to know each other better, really, and have fun. And so that's going to be happening on the first and third Saturday of every month. So if you're of young adult age, you can expect that, and just want to give you an invite to that. Yeah.
So that'll be happening after church, after Saturday church, first and third Saturdays of the month. What are you guys partnering on? You doing anything together in young adult ministries?
Yeah, so definitely the first and third. You guys can, students can come to both of those, but we're also going to do once a month what we're going to call Merge, where we come together. And any young adults are invited to that. It'll be on campus. It'll be a time of worship and a time of just teaching and a time just getting together to glorify God. And the first one of that will be September 24th on campus. We don't have a location quite yet, but we'll get that information to any young adults that are interested very soon.
Good. Thank you guys for your help.
Let me just comment a little bit about midweek. Here's how I see the call or challenge I would really like to make to us, and that is for all of us to be committed to being at church on the weekend. I think that's just normal Christian living. We do not neglect coming together like some people do. But then find something in the middle of the week that's going to help you build relationships and help you get built up in your faith. And so we're throwing opportunities at you as we go through this morning. Alpha, Biblical Life Principles course. We're going to talk about life groups a little bit later. But it's important for us to be together. You say, well, I've been a Christian for 40 years. I've figured it all out. That makes it even more important for you to be there. If you already know it all, there's a whole bunch of people that need to be hearing from you. So come on out and speak into their lives. You either need to be discipling or be being discipled. So we need you to be a part of these things. Pastor Jordan, you're still around? Come talk to us about youth ministry just a little bit.
Yeah, so is this on? Perfect. Youth is kicking off. I think youth this year, I'm very excited about. Looking forward to the new things that are going to be happening. I think youth are going to find that there's a bit of a new look this year, and I think they'll agree with me after we get a few weeks in. There's some new leaders on board, and I'm just stoked to see what's going to happen. Reveal happens on Friday evenings. We haven't started yet. This Friday, we're going to start with just kind of a hangout, kind of get together, back to school, kind of pizza party kind of night. That's going to happen this Friday at 7, so if you're of youth age, come out for that. But our actual kickoff's going to happen on September 19th. That's when we pull out the inflatables and all the, great junk food and prizes and all that fun stuff. And that's going to happen on the 19th. And so that's when our youth is kicking off for the year. We'd love to see you out. Just want to throw the invite out there. If you know someone in that kind of grade 9 to 12 age who wants to be there, come chat with me. We have a booth in the back. We're giving away some free stuff to the youth. So, yeah, come talk with us afterwards. One event I just want to also make mention of is the Saskatchewan District is trying to get a youth conference going again. We're calling it YC Sask. That's happening October 17th to 18th. $50 a student. If you know someone who's interested, talk to me. We're going to be taking a group, and that's going to be a great time. So, yeah.
Bless you. Thank you, Pastor Jordan. 2002, actually late 2001, I began the process of being called and interviewed to serve this church. And I want to thank all of you for the last 12 years of our lives. They have been truly great and remarkable years. You have been a blessing to us as a family. We love you, and we're proud and honored to serve you. One of the questions that the search committee asked me when I was in a room up there that is no longer there because we've reconfigured things a couple of times since then. It's a little bit of a overwhelming experience. You walk into a room, there's 12 people already sitting around a table, and they spend 3 hours asking you questions. And you have to answer the questions the right way if you're going to come to serve the church. And one of the questions they asked me was, what are you going to do when you come here? I'm surprised I'm here. This is what I said. I don't have a clue. But I was being honest. Because I have never entered ministry with the idea of just recreating what's done in the past. We need to hear from God and hear what He would have us to do and be. And so I came, and I had no idea 12 years ago that God was going to overwhelm my soul with such a great sense of responsibility for the province of Saskatchewan. I am deeply disturbed that only 0.44% of Saskatchewan people go to a Pentecostal Assemblies of Canada church on the weekend. That's 0.44%. I'm deeply concerned on two levels. In 1950 statistics from Canadian surveys, 8% of Saskatchewanians regarded themselves as Pentecostal. The trajectory is not in a good direction. But I'm even more concerned because I realize we're not just the kingdom, we're not all that's happening in the kingdom of God, but the Pentecostal Assemblies of Canada is the largest evangelical church in this province. And if those of us who are supposed to be light and salt in our community, and the largest group only has 0.44% of people in our churches, we have some serious work to do. And God has stirred my heart with a responsibility to make sure we're reaching out and we're seeing the kingdom of God extended. And God has done some great things. We started Saturday Church 6 years ago. We often have over 200 out on Saturday nights now. God has done a good work. And then we've started the Aboriginal Church, Living Grace, on Sunday afternoons. And I'm looking forward to preaching to them this afternoon. And God's doing special things there. And Martinsville great work God is doing there. And friends, I just say all of that to say this. Increasingly, God is going to stretch us, and God is going to ask us to do more than just come together and love one another. While loving one another is important, we need to make sure we have our eyes on the harvest field, and the kingdom of God is being extended through us. I've been asking God to give us 5 more families who will commit to what God is calling us to do in Martinsville. And last week, we just took some time to do some video work and celebrate what's been happening in Martinsville. And so we're going to take time now and just give you a glimpse of our Martinsville church via word and picture. Maybe God's calling you to become a part of that, part of the Lawson family.
Good morning, we're here at Life Community Church in Martinsville. We're about to get together and worship as a group and a family and a church this morning. Go ahead. Take it away.
We started the church in Martinsville about 4.5 years ago, and we came to just try and bring community in the church here. And so we are excited about what has happened here, but we're excited about what is going to happen in the future.
The biggest thing I've enjoyed about Life Community Church is just, I guess, the community aspect of it. I mean, I've grown up in church and I have services and stuff all the time, but right from the beginning with Life Community Church, our big thing was not just having services, but also hanging out outside. So when we have like barbecues, get-togethers, it's all, we have all people from the church coming together. I've been part of Life Community since the beginning, I guess 4 or 5 years ago. And I mean, we go out for wings, we just get together at each other's houses all the time, whether it's Bible studies, church. It's always like the whole community getting together and just spending time together like a little family, and that's what I've really enjoyed about it.
A great place to go to church. There's good preaching and good leadership and lots of great people to create friendships with and relationships with. A lot of relationships there and a lot of opportunities to be involved there. I would encourage anybody to come to this church.
Well, we get to learn about God, and there's a bunch of people to hang out with and play with.
I would say come on ahead. It's a church that is warm and welcoming, and it offers the opportunity to get involved, and not necessarily for the faint of heart. You got to come and be prepared to work and get involved, but it's good. Yeah.
I think Martinsville is fun. It's a small group of people, which makes it a different atmosphere than a larger church.
Well, the fellowship here is very comfortable. Kenny and I have talked a lot, and he's helped me through some difficult times.
Invite people.
Invite people.
In your own words, yeah.
In my own words, invite people to Life Community Church. Yeah, come on out, check us out sometime. You'll enjoy it.
I think that everyone should come out to Life Community Church because it's really fun.
The thing that we love the most about Life Community Church is the sense of family and the sense of community that we have. And we welcome anybody and anyone who wants to come and meet with us and worship together.
And it's a fun place to come and learn about the Bible. Come on.
If you're from Saskatoon, take the drive.
I love church. Come to Life Community Church.
You should come here. This is a great community because it's growing, and we need strong churches in Martinsville. This whole area is getting a lot of families in it, and we need to be a strong presence here.
Life Community Church.
You should come to Life Community Church.
Come on out to Life Community Church. We'd love to have you.
And don't forget, this is the collapsible church. We put her up and we take her down. So come on out and join us. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
And maybe
And maybe the Lord is calling you to consider being a part of that most recent site we have started as part of the Lawson family. Good things happening there. Excited about it. I've got Des Gunther with me on the platform just to talk about men's ministry a little bit. I want to honor you and people like you in our church, Des. Our church really only maximizes its potential for ministry when key people take on leadership and responsibility, and you've taken on leadership of our man. Tell us a little bit about the things Lawson Men do.
Well, some of the things that we're doing here this year in particular is we've got floor hockey / soccer. I'm hoping we can have some guys that want to play soccer. I've tried. Hey, sorry there. Thursday night, starting this week, we're just after junior high. We're going to be doing that. So there's that sort of stuff. We've got men's weekend in March. We've got our men's breakfast there's once a month. We've got the schedule. See me at the back there, and we'll have a schedule for that. So please come out for that, be it Martinsville or Saskatoon. That schedule's there. And then just other things as we need. We've got 2 small groups starting up, men's small groups. They're both Tuesday night. There is 2 different versions there. There's the couch version. Come to Tom Lofgren's house for that, or you can come to the gym and work out with Brent Cooper and go there. So
I think I'll take the couch.
Yeah, I might be going couch too. So
good, bless you. So guys can just visit you at the table in the back and get more questions and information. Thank you so much for your work and leadership. Pastor Barry's coming in a minute, and we'll be almost done when he is done, but catch this video, please.
Hey, but small groups fall into a lot of different categories, and we've got something pretty well every day of the week. We've got a sign-up sheet at the back. If you're interested in being part of a small group, Pastor John mentioned if you know everything already and church is kind of boring and placé, and you've been around for a gazillion years, it's time for you to show up and lead somebody else. But we really have just a place for everyone of every day of the week. I wanted to mention there's the Bible Plus on Sunday mornings, 9:45. It's really not starting today, and no, it's not starting next week, but it'll be starting the week following on the 21st. And that's just a great place to come a little bit early. If you get here at 9:30, we'd welcome you up to the prayer time. And some of these things aren't specified as small groups, but there's still a place where we get together and we get to know one another. And it's just, it depends on how you look at small groups. And our small group area, the official small groups, has changed a little bit since last year. We've got some groups that have slowed down. We're going to take a break. We've got some new ones starting up. I'm looking for a couple of people to host. We've got a couple leaders sitting in the wings ready to lead a group, but we need some host families. Things are happening here at the church. Just, you walk in and you say, man alive, that foyer is just crawling with stuff. Go and walk around some of those tables and see where you can get connected, because really, our time here, when you're sitting looking at the back of the heads of the people in front of you, isn't a great way to connect with people. Shallow small group is not a great way to connect with people, but we've got other options out there where you can start to meet people and just grow in things of God. So just want to encourage you, be a part of a small group, whatever you define that to be, and get connected and be a part of a really, really special group. And that's all. Bless you all.
Only one life. 'Twill soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. I invite you as we begin a new year of church ministry to honor God by putting the things that matter to Him first. And as you esteem and value the things that He highly esteems, you will reap back in your own life honor. Let's help this church become everything it has the potential to be. God has not accidentally put together a great group of people like this. But we're not here just to love one another. I ask pastors sometimes, how's your church doing? Oh, we're tight. We really love one another. And I say, so you're getting along really good? Yeah, we really love one another. And then I ask them, well, what do you do after you love one another? Well, we love one another. Well, it's good to love one another, and I'm grateful to be a part of a church that loves one another. But friends, we're called to be difference makers in North Saskatoon and beyond. And let's pay the price to honor God's heart and to be difference makers in our community and communities around this city. Only one life. 'Twill soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. God bless you. Next Sunday is kickoff weekend. Donna Boone will be with us for a very special family service afterwards. A barbecue together, bring a salad or dessert to share. And we'll just anticipate a real good time together. Well, we've had church. Been a little different, but we've had church. Let's go be the church. God bless you. You are dismissed.